We are listening for sounds. It's not specifically, human sounds. It could be, tapping. It could be steel, kind of twisting. It could be some of the debris kind of raining down. So we concentrate in those areas. From below, we continue with using light machinery, saws, jackhammers as we continue to tunnel through underneath.
Just to pick up on that, sir, we've heard rumors that there has been some tapping that has been picked up. Is that correct?
It's not necessarily tapping. It's just sounds. And what I reference to sounds, it could be various things. It could be just steel twisting. It could be debris raining down, but not specifically sounds of tapping or sounds of human voice.
Are there a lot of voices?
Channel 4?
Yeah, I just want to confirm, Chief, if you can talk a little bit more about those sounds that maybe your crews are listening for, and are they hearing? And to follow up as well, do you still believe that there are people trapped alive under that rubble?
As the mayor had said, we have hope, and every time that we hear a sound, we concentrate in that area. So we send additional teams, utilizing the devices, utilizing K9, utilizing personnel. So as we continue to hear those sounds, we concentrate in those areas.
When was the last time your crews did hear a sound out there?
Throughout the night, every night,
Still right now, they're hearing.
Currently, as we continue through the operations, as we hear the various sounds, we deploy those devices, including personnel, and we start concentrating on those areas.
Last two, sir.
Chief, you actually back up. New York Times, can you please advise as to how, as a methodology used to locate the unaccounted people? Is it presumed that they're all visiting inside the building, or are you calling family and friends?
So we couple that information with the information that we received from the reunification center, so we utilize that number. So as I had stated yesterday, the entire building, the portion that's still standing, was cleared by rescue crews. So at this point now, all resources have been shifted to the rubble, including from above and from below.
We're going to have the gentleman, the Associated Press, and we're done for the day.
There was a national TV report last night that you guys had made contact with somebody with a cell phone that turned out that's not correct.
That's unfounded.
Chief, on a personal level, can you talk about the bravery? Can you talk about the bravery of your firefighters who are going in there not knowing if that rubble could shift, if there could be another collapse?
This is the risk that we take. It's the risk versus benefit. Every time we have that belief that there's hope, with personnel that are trapped, we do risk our lives. It's,
I just want to speak to this as well.
So.
It's incredibly moving to be on site with these safety personnel, fire rescue. They are totally motivated to find people. They have to be pulled off the shift. That is how motivated they are to continue their efforts.
Last question.
Two questions. One, you've got a breakdown of the nationalities of the people who are unaccounted for. And secondly, when was the last time that someone was pulled out of there? Physically, what time was it that someone was pulled out alive?
Before, I just want to make another point to this gentleman. This work is being done at extreme risk to these individuals. Debris is falling on them as they do their work. We have structural engineers on site to assure that they will not be injured, but they are proceeding because they are so motivated and they are taking extraordinary risk on the scene every day.
She's going to repeat that in Spanish.
Okay. Quiero decir que estos hombres y mujeres están los héroes de esta época. Están trabajando en condiciones muy peligrosas, están tomando mucho riesgo y ellos están tan motivados a encontrar personas vivas y están siguiendo sin pensar en su riesgo. Y nosotros tenemos que parar, que sacan de allí para que toman tiempo para descansar, pero ellos están siguiendo con energía increíble para hacer su trabajo.
¿Qué nos puede decir sobre la investigación, alcaldesa?
Están siguiendo search and rescue, búsqueda y rescate, siempre.
Alcaldesa,
We're good for the day.
dicho que está demorado el proceso.
Mallory is the contact right now.
The largest television network, the largest Spanish television network in the planet.
Good morning, DeMarco. Good morning, Leslie. So we have just learned that the number of missing has increased to 159. We also have learned that 4 people are now confirmed dead in the partial building collapse. You can see the rubble behind me here, these excavators, other heavy machinery that's been picking away at the debris all morning. It has been a scene filled with emergency personnel, filled with people trying to find survivors, potentially find people who might still be alive more than 24 hours after this catastrophe, who have perhaps been able to get inside a pocket within that debris and are waiting for rescuers to get to them. But at this point, unfortunately, overnight, no news of any survivors who have been pulled out of the rubble. And again, we just heard in a press conference that the number of missing has actually been increased at this point. So we are hearing that they're using dogs. Again, they're using heavy machinery. They're using sound devices to perhaps hear voices or tapping to really try and locate anyone who perhaps is still in the rubble and fighting to survive. We're also learning a lot more about the people who are missing. They are children, grandparents, entire families. A lot of them are foreigners, including citizens of Argentina, Paraguay, Colombia, Venezuela, and Israel. It just started raining and it's been very windy. This is another element to the rescue that's been problematic because you have so much dust, you have smoke that's kicking up because when a lot of this machinery hits the concrete and the other debris, it can heat up. That kinetic energy creates little hot spots. So a lot that rescuers are dealing with right now. Yes, there was a hotel right next door to this condominium has been evacuated and remains evacuated. We know that others were evacuated at the time. I'm not sure if the people are now allowed to go back inside, but at a certain point, power was cut to this area, and because of the proximity of these buildings and the rescue effort, they were removing people from this area. Thanks. It is raining now. Okay.
Here.
So we have like 20 minutes, so I'll go back in the
Okay.
car.
You don't want it? Okay.
You want to take it?
Yeah, just okay. So you look at me, okay?
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, good. Well, we'll
you okay from the other day?
What's that?
I heard about that kid that hit your car.
Oh my God.
You weren't.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Audio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. ¿Ves a 4 todavía? ¿Ves a 4 todavía?
Well, Mr. Mayor, thanks for roughing it out like us.
Was Muhammad there? Or?
No, yesterday they had Muhammad working with.
Newspaper.
Yeah.
You know what? We can wait. JC. It's fine. We'll wait. Just wait. We'll do it after the 8. I have enough juice for that.
Sí, yo pensaba que iba a haber una parada ahora.
And I brought different shoes and socks. I have my extra shoes and socks in your car. I don't have my extra jackets in my car.
Are we having fun?